What you're seeing is unbelievable. I'm overwhelmed with emotion, and I'm going to try to keep it together because this is home. It's us. And we're counting on you to pray for us, to help us. In the last few hours, I've seen rescue personnel from other states take their gear, lay it down, and say, I can't do it anymore. We had a Chinook helicopter pilot yesterday, 65 years old, spent his whole life doing rescue. And he flew over our home, our community, and he got out of the helicopter and he said, all I've done my whole career is fire and rescue from the helicopter, overseeing damage. He said, I've never seen in my career what I've just witnessed. And then he broke down in tears, the emotion of it. We're coming to you from Biltmore Village, obviously. I'm standing here in the parking lot of the McDonald's. A lot of you have had a sandwich here. Over my shoulder is the railroad, Southern Railroad. Over here is Lodge Street and Sweeten Creek Road and the Bohemian Hotel. A lot of landmarks you all are familiar with. And you can see we've been devastated. Our town has no power, we have no water, we have no landlines, we have no cell phones, and ladies and gentlemen, there's no internet. We don't want to know what's going on in the world. Someone just told me a moment ago about the outbreak in Israel, and I hadn't heard because we have no connection to the world. I want you to join with us in praying, obviously, and if you want to help us, help others. I'm going to move in just a moment, and I'm going to tell you a little bit in detail about what we're doing at Trinity Baptist Church in Asheville. I'm going to call all of my friends, especially in the Fox, Carolina area. Would you stand with us today? How you can help us financially, you can give. And then I'm going to tell you what we're already doing with your gifts and your donations. But I just wanted to give you an overview for a moment, let you see the parking lot here at McDonald's, and let you see what we're dealing with here in the Biltmore Village area. We're counting on you to stand with us, to pray for us, because this is catastrophic. In a moment, Andrew's going to show you some footage from around the community, and then I want to talk to you in detail what we're doing at Trinity Baptist Church. Please get on your phone if you have it in your area. Call a friend, tell them to watch in. If you got a DVR, set this DVR so you can share it, okay? And then later on, this will be on archives that you can download it on YouTube, okay? Let's go look around. You pray for us. Well, we're back in Biltmore still. We're near the Swannanoa River. There's areas of devastation upstream, and big trucks are trying to come through and carry out the rubble to free the dam. We had one diver share with us yesterday that his team in one area of log jams crisscross, they recovered multiple bodies underwater trapped into those tree limbs. It's heartbreaking. It's almost too painful to talk about because of the pain and suffering. Right behind me, there's people trapped, their remains under those bridges in that rubble, and you can see the rescue team on site going to try to recover because the family. As of this filming, when Andrew and I left emergency management a little while ago, they were telling us they had 600 written requests about missing people, 600. So we don't know the whole story. Hopefully some of them are in shelters with no cell service or they can't charge their phone. But obviously we need your help, we need your prayers. And churches, thank you. The first people to get to us. Remember, this is Thursday, Friday, and I'm recording on Wednesday. And in our area, the only people that's responded has been the churches of South Carolina, the churches of Georgia, Virginia, that have gone around different routes and gotten to us to bring food. The Tennessee churches can't. They couldn't bring water or fuel. But thank you for standing up. Thank you for being a blessing. And thank you for being an answer to people's prayers. Yesterday, I go down on Patton Avenue, and there's people standing up with an empty water jug, a gallon water jug, and a $10 bill. And they're saying, I'll pay you $10 for a gallon of water. Who would ever dream in America? I saw people behind the Kentucky Fried Chicken with buckets getting water out of a city creek to take home to boil to have drinking water. It's an unbelievable, catastrophic event. I don't have enough words in my vocabulary. The one that'll tell this story will be Andrew with the lens of his camera to let you see. My job is just to ask you to help us. Would you stand with Trinity Baptist Church? Will you stand with Ralph Sexton Ministries as we partner together to make a difference? Our assignment is to feed the rescuers. We've never done that before. We're always trying to do a feeding center at one of our sites. But today, we're not doing that. We've got to rescue people. They're still cutting people out that are isolated, still taking boats into communities and getting people out. So our job right now is to rescue the people, and to do that, we have to help the linemen, the tree sawing teams. We have to feed them. We have to help the linemen, and then the search and rescue people. And when we take care of them, then they can help our people. So thank you so very much. We appreciate it. And Andrew's going to show you around a little bit more, and we'll keep coming to you with this special. Well, as you can see, the devastation continues, and some friends of ours from the Biltmore estate just drove by, and they were talking about it's unbelievable. They would stop to thank us for helping the community, because a lot of these people in trucks and on backhoes, trackhoes, a lot of people in the ambulance, working a fire truck, their families are at home, and they're without power, they're without water. And so that's what they're thanking you for and me for, is to getting them the help. And I talked to one of my friends in railroading, Norfolk Southern Railroad, and I said, we're devastated. I said, 40's closed, 26 closed, we're isolated, we got no water, no power. I said, sir, we're gonna have to depend on you to load up these big containers with food and water and truck it out of Charlotte and out of Atlanta, put it on the train and get it in here to us. You know what he told me? Look at this railroad track. Look at the switches. Look at the lights. You know what he said? He said, we can get a train to Old Fort. And he said, after that, there's no railroad track. He said it washed out the railroad track. And I said, what do you mean? He said, it may be December or January. And he said, if then. He said, it's such devastation that Norfolk Southern may say, or the other railroad companies involved, they may say that there's no way that they can financially recover. And so there's no way I can tell you. I don't have enough descriptive terms to tell you what we're witnessing. And if you know anything about railroad ties, if you know anything about railroad equipment, you can see the track bed's gone. All through here, up behind Andrew, the rails are twisted. It's unbelievable, the power of that storm. And I keep thinking about this one thought. What if God was willing to show his wrath? I wonder if it'd get America's attention. I wonder if it'd get the world's attention. You see, this is one unbelievable storm with power and energy we've never seen this far inland. But ladies and gentlemen, there's an accountability coming for our country. God said if we don't stand with some things of morals and righteousness, that we're going to be held accountable. And I think a lot of people, we have a couple of radio stations here in Western North Carolina that have been a lifeline. 570 AM and 99.9 FM. And they actually merged 7 radio stations. And our good friend Randy Barton out in Brevard, and the 3 stations that have partnered, they're giving updates on help and food and everything else. And if we don't have that communication, then we don't know what to do and how to do it. And there's no feeling on planet Earth like feeling alone. But you know what we keep hearing on those radio stations, people calling in, 99.9, 570 AM. I'm praying, we're praying for you. Then to hear the disc jockeys say, hey, let's have a word of prayer together. And all 7 of our Asheville radio stations, since this storm, why, they're Christian stations. They're praying and they're asking God's people to pray. Well, God's going to bless us for being faithful to his word. Andrew's going to take you around and show you some more pictures. I just wanted to show you the devastation of the railroad, help us pay for the food, the supplies, the generators, all the equipment that we need. Thank you so much. Well, thank you for staying with me today. I'm Ralph Sexton, and I'm talking to you from Biltmore Village, Asheville, North Carolina. We're continuing our programming. We're doing special programming, and as you can help us, you can give online. Just go to ralphsexton.com. You can go to tbcasheville.com, and there's places that you can give online and help this very moment. Maybe you're a business, maybe you're a charitable organization, and you can give a large gift for Trinity to be able to underwrite hosting. 23 acres have been turned into emergency management. As Andrew and I left campus, we had a well drilling company there because Asheville's going to be without water for weeks and weeks. And so we're drilling a well in Asheville, in the city limits, so we can supply the restrooms and a shower for those rescue workers. They're coming from all over the country. And you can help us. You can be a part of that. We're feeding them 3 meals a day. Your gifts are helping that. And why is this important? You say, Brother Ralph, we're used to seeing you at a hurricane or a tornado, and you and Brother Lance out there passing out water or giving out food. Well, this is a different event right now. It's catastrophic, and we're not distributing food in Asheville. Here's how we're having to do it. There's no water, there's no power, there's no gasoline. So the people can't come to us. So we've turned the campus into a feeding, cooking center where we get food donated, we cook it and prepare it. Then we feed the linemen, we feed the rescue search teams. Just earlier in the program, you saw one that showed up right behind us here at the Swananoa River going downstream. We just got a report this morning from one of the rescuers in Tennessee and said the river swept a man in the Nolichucky at Irwin, Tennessee, and he lived. They got him out of the water in Greenville, Tennessee. Can you believe that? And so you're seeing unbelievable things. So I want to take you underneath one of the bridges here in the greater Asheville area, and you can see fences. And look at the slabs here. These are slabs of asphalt. It took parking lots away. You see the truck, it washed it away. Dumpsters, and then looking through the bridge, you see beautiful businesses. If you look way through there, you can actually see the gates of the Biltmore Estate. That's right. You can see where we are, way under here. And it's unbelievable. The damage to my left, to your right, is another container. It's washed down. And then here's the post that holds a light pole, and all of it's gone. Metal poles just snapped off. And this is what happens when a mountain community is hit with multiple inches of rain. Some places got 14, some got 20 inches of rain. We're in a bowl, and water had no place to go. And then when it started pouring, then all of a sudden, the hurricane force winds come right up the valley. Our trees are in full foliage. We can take blizzard winds in the winter because there's no leaves on the trees. But that made every tree a sail, and it caught that wind, started blowing them out of the ground, snapping them off. I told you earlier about 2 radio stations that have led the way in keeping us connected, 570 AM, 99.9 FM, and they've now merged the signal of 7 stations. There were over 80 trees, 80. A lot of the trunks 2 and 3 feet around over their driveway. And a rescue SAW team came all the way from Miami, Florida, and they flew them in here because there's no way to get the engineers to get in and to keep that vital lifeline open. So guess what? We've been taking food to the radio station, the only one we can get to, and supplying them. If you want to do a big gift to help underwrite all of the things that are happening at the church site, you just go to tbcasheville.org and you can give online right now. Let us know you're praying for us. We want to hear from you as we continue to move around Western North Carolina. All these counties have been devastated, and we're counting on our friends to help us.